Hello everybody, Hellcrex here, and welcome to another Mercenary Thoughts from the Inner Sphere. What is it, episode 232 or something like that? Alright, today we're going to be discussing the Locust IIC, that product of the clans that's kind of a good speedster. It's a well-rounded little mech overall. There could be some improvements here and there, but, I'm not sure where. Alright, the Locust IIC. 25 tons, so 5 more tons than that standard Inner Sphere Locust. So that means it carries a little bit more armor, which, when you're facing against the clans, other clans, yeah, that's kind of important. It is a 8-12-0, so this version, standard version, doesn't carry any jump jets, which, I suppose, looking at its loadout, that's all going towards weaponry mostly. It has 10 double heat sinks, ferrofibrous armor, and endosteel. The only thing this thing doesn't have is an XL engine, clan style, and really it doesn't need it. It's a second line mech. So it's a pretty solid little guy for 25 tons. It has 77 points of armor, I think is what? 7, maybe 8, about a half ton short of maximum, I think. Somewhere in there. Could be, yeah. The weaponry on board is a medium pulse laser, clan style, in the center torso. And then we have 8, yes, 8 ER small lasers, which go out to, what, 6Xs? Or 6 inches, depending on how you play the game. It has 4 in each arm. And obviously, with the way the arms are set up, you can do a drive-by, fly up and hit somebody, shoot them, and then flip the arms to the rear and just do the next turn as you go by someone else. You can just flip the arms and say sayonara and give them a shot and give somebody a shot in the front. So overall, it's not bad. It's got the speed. It can get into somebody's backside. And let me tell you, you get this mech into someone's rear, they're not going to like it too much. That's the one thing about it, is that when you can hit somebody and they're 6 with all those small lasers, you're going to be tearing off a lot of armor, if especially you have a decent pilot on board. Now, heat-wise, it's not overly a big problem. Your heat's going to be developed by your movement, and if you're outside the 6 range, heat's not even an issue. So you got that range band between 12 and 7, where just a medium pulse laser will be doing all the work. Now, when you get in closer, yeah, you can start tossing off. Let's say I'm gonna shoot, say, 7 of them, not worry. 7 ER smalls, and then when you get into somebody's juicy part area, say they got a armor down, this is, you get right up close to them, and say range 2 or 1, depending on if it's in the front or not. Yeah, you definitely, with a light mech like this, you don't want to, especially facing against Inner Sphere, who like to kick, punch, etc. Stay at that range band 2 if you're in the front. Now, if you're in the back, heck, get right up there 1 and give it to them, and hammer them hard. And the same thing goes for the other, if you're facing off against clans, and just do a prefla of damage. It's like plink, plink, plink here or there. It adds up, and kind of acts like a highly mobile energy crit hunter, because there have been many times with this mech where you're playing in a game where you have somebody who has one, or you get, hey, here you go. And I typically just use a standard Locust when I was always playing to represent it. But if you have one, go ahead and use it. Don't know why I've never picked one of these things up, but there are a few other mechs online here. Let's just look at them. There's the Locust 2. Actually, there's like 10 of them. This version, the 2 version, that one has a extended range, so it's got an ER medium laser, so now you're shooting out to 15, and then you're carrying 2 streak 2s. So you're getting some range out of the streaks that that you didn't have before with ER smalls. Damage output's a lot less, but you're gaining range. So maybe in the long run you can do more damage with the 2 streaks versus the small lasers. Your mileage may vary. Then there's the version 3. This one has a extended range, so you got an ER large laser in the center torso and a small pulse laser in each arm. So basically, you get up close, you can hammer some infantry, etc. Then you get that large pulse. Now you're shooting out to what, 27? So yeah, this is kind of a raider style. So you can run around the flanks and just pick targets out there at range and just hammer them while they're, especially if you're facing against Inner Sphere. The longest weapons at the time may be just their LRMs. So you can outdistance them and just cause, if time isn't a factor, you can sit there and whittle somebody down as they're trying to get close to you. Version 4, this is redesigned and can be produced in the Inner Sphere by Jade Falcon on their occupation zone at Sudeten. And this version has 3 heavy small lasers in each arm. It has a medium pulse laser. And the medium pulse, it's now an ER medium laser, and an extra couple of heat sinks to handle all the heavy lasers, I guess. Heavy small lasers. So I'm not a big fan of the heavy laser. There's some, I don't like having the mods. Now when they do hit, yeah, there's some good damage with that, but personally I'd rather just have some ER medium lasers. And then version 5, produced by Clan Wolf, New Oslo. This one mounts an ER medium laser in the center torso and ATM-3 in each arm with a ton of ammo each. So, yeah, and then you obviously get your built-in case, but the ATMs, with your limited ammo supply, that could be, what are you going to use? Which version of ammo you're going to be taking? That's the question. You could take one arm, have one type of ammo, the other has the other type of ammo. So you go that route. That could balance it out a little bit. All right, and then version 6, or the 2C4, it has 3 heavy machine guns in each arm, and it's basically a machine gun array. So yeah, that thing is going to mow down infantry, or you can do some damage on mechs or vehicles for that matter. You're doing your drive-by. But when you're looking at infantry, yeah, this will be destroying infantry right and left. All right, now we go into the 7 version. This one has the anti-personnel Gauss rifles. But it does have a problem with ammo, and it does have a targeting computer. So yeah, this is good for mowing down infantry as you're looking at, the anti-personnel Gauss rifles. They're small, but they're deadly. Then version 8, produced by Ghost Bears. This one, you see, it uses a 300, so it's been upped. So let's see, we're looking at 12. Yeah, it's like, man, that thing is flying. But it only has, say, all the weapons are replaced by a single ER large laser. So now you got something that is flying fast, has a lot of speed, can get into the flank. Heck, in 2 turns is probably able to get into the 6 of most mechs, especially if you're facing Inner Sphere. You're already flying into the rear, and you're running around with an ER large laser. Yeah, you can do some major damage to people with that thing. Then version 9. Oh, this thing now has a 350 engine, XL engine. It has a laser anti-missile system. Now we're looking way down the line for improved weaponry. It has improved heavy medium lasers and heavy ferrofibrous armor. Has a light gyro. But it's got a 350 engine. So now we're looking at another 2 more points. Wow, this thing is flying. So 4, 8, 12, 14. Wow. 14, 21. That is a very fast mech. Very fast. And it has a pair of improved heavy medium lasers. I might be inclined to run it with just ER medium lasers, or even pulse lasers for that matter. Interesting question. How would you do that one? And then version 10, this is part of the Wolf Empire. This is way down the line if you're talking about Wolf Empire. Carries 4 ER small lasers and ER medium laser in the center torso. It has reflective armor. Protect it from pulse laser fire. So there you go. So those are the versions that they have out there. Now, what would I do with this thing? Typically, the loadout I prefer is, keep the small pulse the medium pulse laser in the center torso, and then replace a pair of each of those ER smalls with like ER medium laser. So now you have a 15 range at least. And you got the small laser stuff. Now you're running maybe a little hotter. I think it's like if you run, you can go up to, I think, 22 or something like that. If I'm doing my math right in my head. So you still have 4 ER smalls, 2 ER medium lasers, and a medium pulse laser. So the firepower damage output is slightly different. But then you got the range bands. You're covering your range bands a little bit better. And when you got the Clan's ER medium lasers is almost the equivalent of an inner sphere large laser. Why not have a couple of those? Give yourself some range and then shoot out there a little bit. That's kind of the only difference I usually go with it when the 2C. All right, that is it in a nutshell. That's the Clan 2C. And I hope you guys like this one. And we'll see you in the next one. Hellcrex out.